Headlines, Kaloko.
It's the headlines.
Life Esidimeni, it happened under my watch, says Makura. And Trump calls for unity, new American moment in national address. A very good afternoon. I am Rose Ratacha. Gauteng Premier David Makura has accepted accountability for the death of 144 Life Esidimeni patients, adding that it happened under his watch. If there is no truth here, I will work with the families to pursue truth elsewhere, he said. Makura was testifying in the Life Esidimeni arbitration hearing in Parktown, Johannesburg on Tuesday. Makura said, as the head of the provincial government, the buck stopped with him. Addressing the families, Makura told them that an apology could never be enough. You have suffered, he told the victims' families. I'm also here to account, he said, adding that apologizing doesn't mean a lot if there is no truth. Makura says, since the hearing started, families have heard a lot of blame being shifted and excuse being made, but very little of what happened. There can be no justice without the truth, he said. Makura emphasized that at each budget council meeting, there was always the conclusion that cost-cutting measures were not to be applied to core services. Makura also revealed that he was assured by former Gauteng Health MEC Qedani Mahlangu and Head of Department Bani Silibano that the department had the capacity to house patients at state facilities. Makura added that, knowing what he knows now, he would have intervened. Former Deputy Chief Justice Dikgang Moseneke, who is chairing the hearing, asked Makura if he was aware that the department employees were intimidated by Mahlangu. Makura also said there were no officials who said anything about being misled or being afraid. Everybody who came here said they were steamrolled. In the meetings, we had none of them who said they were forced or intimidated by the MEC, he said. Addressing a deeply divided nation, President Donald Trump called upon lawmakers on Tuesday night to set aside differences and summon the unity needed to make good on promises to fix the nation's infrastructure and immigration systems, using his State of the Union address to infuse his presidency with a sense of optimism for at least one high-profile night. The state of our union is strong because our people are strong, Trump declared. Despite his calls for bipartisanship, Trump spoke with tensions running high on Capitol Hill. An impasse over immigration prompted a 3-day government shutdown earlier this month. The lawmakers appear no closer to resolving the status of some 700,000 young people living in the U.S. illegally ahead of a new February 8 deadline for funding operations. At times, Trump's address appeared to be aimed more at validating his first year in office than setting the course for his second. He devoted significant time to touting the tax overhaul he signed at the end of last year, promising the plan will provide tremendous relief for the middle class and small businesses. Temperatures are 23 degrees in Johannesburg, 35 in Lagos, and 4 degrees in Washington, D.C. I'll be bringing you your sports update at 2:30. Next up is the Dramatic Talk with Bongani Drama.
It's time to buckle up.
Now, this is
Bongani Drama. were to choose, baby. Yeah. Hey, going hey. If I were to choose, baby, going if I were to choose, baby, yeah. Going hey. If I were to choose between me and you, oh and if I were to choose between me and you, oh and yeah. Oh and
His name is Master G, and this one is titled When I Write Show on the Dramatic Talk with myself, Bongani Drama on Brand Live.co.za 8 after 2 Central African Time. A very good, stunning Wednesday to you, folks. A big thank you to you for streaming in. We are going to be having an amazing show. I'm hoping that you gunned and you're ready for it as well. Coming up on the show in the Convo Corner, we're going to be talking about how to live with your neighbor, right? So ways of, particularly telling your neighbor how to, keep it down without really annoying them and without them, being a little bit out of order as well. On the Dramatic Talk on Dramatainment, we're going to be talking about rapper Reason, who left fuming on Monday, and we'll let you know why. And a clear for his husband, Stephen Campbell, just revealed his private health battle he struggled with over the past years as well. And I'm going to be having a chat with Terry Treasure, who's in the building. And on Fashion Fair, we're looking at Paris Couture street style, as well as all the fashion do's and don'ts at the Grammy Awards, 9 after 2 Central African Time. Hello, hi. How you doing there? How you doing, Rose?
I'm good. How are you doing, Drama?
I'm amazing. Thank you so much. It's a nice, Wednesday happening. And I know Capitec has been trending.
Yeah, Capitec is trending. Viceroy has some dirt, apparently, on Capitec. They've been investigating, but Capitec says they actually have a bit of, their report is full of inaccuracies because they are, Viceroy is accusing Capitec of being loan sharks.
Yeah.
And, but Capitec assured their clients this morning, their 9 million plus clients, that no, their money is secured. But obviously there has been panic lately with people, because most people were rushing to the banks actually saying that they are going to withdraw their money. But let's hope that their money is really secured.
But I mean, people can stop panicking, right? It is safe.
Yeah,
and
it is
obviously
safe.
There's a statement from Capitec that mentioned that everyone is safe and we can actually chill.
Yeah, so they're not particularly loan sharks, and there are a number of inaccuracies to these claims from Viceroy.
And this is not Viceroy, the alcohol brand, right?
No,
this is a
not.
research
Come
company.
on, guys.
Yeah?
This is the research company.
Yeah.
That deals with the authority that deals with such.
Absolutely.
So it's not the alcohol.
All right,
company.
so we'll hear on that story a little bit later as well, 10 after 2 Central African Time. On the Dramatic Talk with myself, Bongani Drama. Folks, welcome aboard.
It's time to buckle up.
Now, this is
Bongani Drama.
Askulumeni in the Convo Corner.
check this out.
It's time for the Convo Corner.
It is absolutely time for the Convo Corner. And obviously now, as mentioned, we're talking about how to literally tell your neighbor to keep it down without even, letting your neighbor or making them annoyed, by all means, right? And I don't know, do you have an annoying neighbor, Rose?
No, where I stay, we have a few neighbors that we actually get along with, and we've never really had such a problem, and they've never really had a big problem with us.
With you guys as well.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm that person. If I were to have a rowdy neighbor, I would need some of this advice because I'm very impatient.
I can imagine. I mean, because a lot of neighbors can be a little bit rowdy, right? Especially
Yeah.
if you have like a neighbor that is constantly making noise, or you have a couple that is constantly having porñacos and they're constantly, making noise for you.
But that's in their privacy of their own home.
But now if it happens that you constantly hear it, then what happens to you? Private of your own home.
And then you also need to go get a partner.
Absolutely. Now, living next to an uncooperative neighbor is awful on many levels. Financially, it can affect the property, right? Now, or value of your home. Think unkept lawn and shrubs, old cars everywhere. Emotionally, it can threaten your sense of well-being and safety, sense of well-being and safety as well. Now, here's some ways of how to handle bad neighbors. Their confrontation, right? Now, how would you confront your neighbor? To tell them, that actually, please keep it down. Maybe only for today or for the coming 2 days.
Maybe, like, if I'm really annoyed, if I've kept quiet for a certain time and it's really getting on my nerves,
Yeah.
I'd probably, if they have dogs, I'd just yell. Hello, neighbor. Please just keep it down for a while.
little bit, yes.
And if they're making a noise, then I'll be like the neighbors in the burbs and
Yeah.
call the police.
And call the cops.
If it's guaranteed that they'll arrive, of course.
Obviously, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's the confrontation here. Approaching someone to complain about something they're doing is fraught with anxiety and worry, right? So you worry a lot and you've got so much anxiety as well because you don't really know how you're going to approach them. But it's unfortunately something you're going to have to do when, say, you want to, politely point out that your neighbor's surround system is causing your apartment to shake and vibrate. All three, or at 3 a.m. in the morning, or could be 4 a.m., or could be any other time that you feel that in actual fact, that's not happening. Now, the overly polite approach. Now, thinking that when you confront your neighbor about the issue, you are also giving them a home-baked pie, or, give them some cookies as well to say, actually, here's a gift for you, and then show them that there are no hard feelings. Then, you generally say something like, hey, you know what, actually, that music by Brenda Fassie or ever by Beyonce or by Rihanna, it sounds very much, out of the question that you've been blasting all through, the night. It's actually kind of loud in your humble apartment and you're finding it hard to sleep. Would you be able to tone the various degrees of sub-bass down a bit, please? So you tell them nicely to say, may you please actually tone it down just a little bit, a tad. Maybe you can give them, a piece of watermelon, could be anything really.
Yeah, I understand, but it also comes with the neighborhood that you stay in.
Yeah.
I mean, I come from Soweto. We're used to such. If
Yeah.
somebody has a party, we'll just have to sleep it through
Yeah.
and tell you in the morning that, hey, but you're a bit rowdy. And this happened to me, I think a week ago.
Yeah.
My neighbor's mom, who's
Uh-huh.
like 50, had a party for the brother.
Yes.
And so
Were they blasting like proper
they were
house
partying
music?
like 30-year-olds, the vibey 30. I was like to this friend, the son, I was like, yo, Sakile, your mom, she's got a vibe. Hey,
Yes,
she's got a
and
vibe.
she's only 50 years
Yeah,
of
she's
age.
50, and the
Shucks.
friends are 50, and the uncle is 50. But I was like, I didn't have a problem. I was like, yeah, but I was, jamming to
To
Omunya
the
all
music.
night.
All night.
All
And
night.
obviously that didn't bother you because obviously you could, gel with the music or actually, relate to what they were playing. It was not that loud for you. It was music that you love as well.
Also, we're in Soweto. We're neighborly like that. We understand there's always a vibe in the weekend. And like staying at an estate where you have to like lower the music down, where you have a specific volume, or
Actually.
staying in apartments or duplexes, it's quite different.
But I also think that, if you like sing in a flat or sing in an apartment, then there should be rules, right, from whoever is owning the building.
Definitely.
That your music level needs to be this. And if you're going to have a party, have the party on a Friday or on a Saturday or, whatever the case may be, not during the week, because then it gets a little bit rowdy for quite a few people as well.
And obviously,
guess.
if you surpass the rules, then your guests will get kicked out, or you, as the tenant, will get fined.
Yeah, yeah, that's very true. Now, fighting back approach. Here's another approach. Now, in an experience, the most effective way to deal with a noise issue from a neighbor is to fight back. Now, immature as that may sound, it's based on the logic that in a communal building, like you mentioned, too many people naturally act like selfish people, right? Now, you can assume that the person who plants huge speakers on their floor and blasts music around the clock isn't thinking of the other people who live in the building in the first place. Now, communal living is something you need to tackle like a war. Sometimes this means giving rude neighbors a taste of their own medicine. So if they're playing loud music, play louder music.
I agree.
If they're having a party,
if they're being rude, then you also need to teach them a lesson.
Yes.
If
Teach them a lesson.
If you've been human enough to be like, okay, you've been allowed to a certain point and they don't respect you.
Absolutely.
Then you
I know a couple
give
that
them-
recently we had a party, right? This is last year, end of the year, and this was the company that I also affiliated with, and we had a closing party there, and they stay in Sandton, so their neighbors are like well-known politicians as well. And what she said, we were blasting music, and I said, but don't you think your neighbors are gonna like complain? She said, no, they're always blasting loud music, so let's
Yeah.
go for it. So I think there's another way also of dealing with it, to say, in actual fact, I'm gonna blast more music because you're constantly blasting music anyway when I'm sleeping, and my pets are making noise because you are blasting music, so I'm gonna do the same thing to you.
Yeah, that's like double standards.
Yeah.
So I mean, you give what you get. You get
Absolutely.
what you give.
Right, so we're gonna find from you folks. We're gonna keep the conversation happening throughout the entire show. Hashtag the Convo Corner at Bongani_drama at BrenLive.co.za on Facebook, Bren Live Radio on Twitter as well. Let us know how you deal with your neighbor. Do they make noise? What are other sounds that you hear apart from a cat or apart from any other thing that comes as well? Alrighty, here's a little bit of Turning It Up by Melo Lisejane. It's 18 after 2 Central African time. We'll come back with Dramatainment. Stick around.
You keep on turning it up. You keep on turning it up. You keep on turning it up. You open my heart. You keep on turning it up. You keep on turning it up. You open my heart. You keep on turning it up. You
Melo Lisejane on the dramatic talk of myself Bongani drama right on brandlive.co.za 21 after 2 Central African time. We're gonna go straight to it. It's time for drama attainment.
Extra, read all about it.
Scene 1, Apple, take 1.
It's the drama attainment.
It is time for drama attainment, absolutely. And the first story coming through is the fact that the rapper Reason was left fuming on Monday after being told that his latest album, Love Girls, would not be, eligible for nomination at this year's SA Music Awards. Those are the Summers. However, the mix-up was corrected on Tuesday, with both sides clarifying that the rapper will be allowed to submit his music for this year's awards. In actual fact, now Reason took to social media, as any other celebrity would do, to slam the Summers submission process after he was told his album will not be considered because it was a digital only release. Now he explained how his fans preferred to consume his music digitally and suggested the awards move with the times in only considering albums with physical copies. Now we saw Reason's message, they mentioned, and we have reached out to him. We don't make a distinction between physical and digital records, so we would not reject his submission, and we are committed to helping resolve the issue. Now the guidelines state all music released commercially between February 1st and January 31st of 2018 are eligible if submitted for consideration. Now, I also think that, both parties should be looking at the terms and conditions of each and everything that they go with. So, no one is in trouble by all means.
Yeah, absolutely. You shouldn't just blame the company because they didn't put you on.
Yeah.
You should have also read the terms and
conditions. Absolutely.
Do you have a hard copy? Do you meet the requirements to be one of the nominees for the Summers? And don't just blast them on social media.
I think one artist, it was Nasty C's album or Nasty C's music video that had to be cut out because it had explicit content, and there was a few things that they saw that they were not fit actually to be part of an award ceremony as well.
Yeah.
So it's quite a thing.
It is.
But I just think that if you have a PR company there, or you have someone that you work with, they actually need to be letting you know how to go about submitting your music video. And also with the Summers, obviously it's from January of 2017 to February rather of 2017 to Jan of this year.
Yeah.
So they give you an entire it's an entire 12 months.
Yeah, so what happens at these briefing sessions or these meetings? Do they not keep their artists in the loop?
I don't know. They just now appointed a woman to, in actual fact, take over, the reins right there at the, for the Summer. So hopefully things will go, properly as they would. We see what happens with life as a domain and all these other things, that people that are in the forefront, people that should be knowing what must happen administratively, are the people that don't know, answers to questions that are asked.
Yeah, people who don't want to take responsibility.
Yeah.
Let's hope. I also hope that the Summers are going to be great this year.
No, that'll be amazing.
In terms of the whole thing, the whole
production,
event, directing, and all these things.
I
feel like they spend a lot of money, and
we'll just have to wait and see,
each
right?
performance is the same, but yeah, we're not talking about the Summers.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Now, clear for his husband, another story coming through right here on Drama-tainment. Now, Stephen Campbell just revealed his private health battle he struggled with over the past years. It's so sad because a lot of people are dealing with health issues, including cancer, which is quite a thing. Now, after 40-year-old actor opened up about discovering he had a benign brain tumor at the end of 2016 that required surgery to remove it. Now, ahead of the surgery, Stephen says he penned letters to everyone he loved. Now, he says that you realize you're not the most important person in that process, and everybody who loves you goes through far worse. Now, my daughter didn't know that was going on at all, but my family did, and I could see it in them. Now, he added, but it's all very much on the off chance that something did go wrong, because every part of you is saying that nothing will, right? Now, waking up and being told the operation had gone well was understandably a huge relief. Now, Claire, the wife, also faced a similar battle when she was just 17 and doctors discovered a benign tumor in her eye. Now, it was a horrible and, debilitating, but it made me realize that I needed to grab the life I wanted, she mentioned, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you're in such a condition, you realize how important the people around you are, and actually you realize how important life is as well. Because you look at people like Steve Jobs, who on his deathbed, he wrote down to mention that in actual fact, all the money that I have doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, and we're so like in the world that we live in right now,
Yeah.
this pop cultured world, we're so consumed by the material things,
Yeah.
and we sort of like disvalue life in
Yeah.
general. You know,
In general.
friends. You know, we
Absolutely.
only consider those on our deathbed.
Right? Yeah, I was about to say that up until you're on a deathbed and you are dying and now you want to support from people that you actually were not even, giving a gist about.
Yeah. Like you said earlier about missing family, when they're around, you don't miss them as much, but you really, really miss
actually
them
miss
when they're
them.
not around.
Because when they are gone, you're going to miss them. You're going to miss, calling your mom or your dad or whatever the case may be, or
Yeah.
your grandfather, because you have their contact details. So you're going to miss calling them. You're going to miss being around them. So, spend most of the time that that you have with them right now, that they're still alive. Because, in actual fact, this is the thing about family. They can make you angry as much as you can. However, at the end of the evening, they're family.
Yeah.
Friends come and go, but family is always around, right?
Absolutely.
They always have your back. Whether, you're angry with them in terms of financial constraints or whatever the case may be. However, at the end of the evening, they're your family. You need them as much as they need you.
True.
Yeah? Alrighty, folks, it's 27 after 2 Central African time. If you have any other story that you'd like for us to really talk about, 011 083 8606 is our Skype line. You can call us there, and on Twitter at Brand Live Radio. On Facebook, www.brandlive.co.za. Bongani_drama at Brand Live Radio on Twitter. 27 after 2 Central African time. Your sports headlines are coming up with Rose Ratacha.
It's time to buckle up.
Now, this is
Bongani drama.
Time to talk about sports.
Don't touch that dial.
It's time for the sports news and the sporting stars of tomorrow right here on
Brand Live.
Kick-starting your sports news with soccer, Pirates loan Gaba to Dikwena. A very good afternoon, I am Rose Ratacha. Orlando Pirates central defender Ayanda Gaba will spend the remainder of the season on loan at Platinum Stars. The 31-year-old Bafana Bafana capped Gaba is yet to feature for the Buccaneers this season, and the club have decided to give him the chance to get some game time under his belt by joining struggling Stars, who currently prop up the league standings. Orlando Pirates Football Club has reached an agreement with Platinum Stars over the services of defender Ayanda Gaba. The defender moves to Dikwena on loan for the remainder of the season. Gaba has been at the club since 2012, having signed from Free State Stars. The 31-year-old had been a regular starter in the Buccaneers setup until recently, where he has had little game time this season under Miko Srejovic. And your cricket news: India keen to outsmart Proteas in ODI series. India vice captain Rohit Sharma is prepared to look too far beyond their 6-match one-day international ODI series against South Africa. India have begun preparations for the first one-day at Kingsmead and will be looking to take momentum for their final test win into the forthcoming ODI series. Sharma says that his side aren't too keen on looking too far ahead and that it was a matter of taking it one game at a time. We are keen to win this ODI series. We as individuals cannot think too far ahead. We have to take one game at a time and see what we can come up with as a team, said Sharma. Bolt electrifies School of Speed Athletics meet. Usain Bolt inspired exceptional performances from high school athletes competing in the School of Speed Athletics meet at Remsig Stadium in Johannesburg on Monday. Bolt electrified the stadium as he strutted his stuff on the track, posed for selfies, and charmed fans in the stand. Bolt also offered these words of inspiration to young athletes in South Africa. My motto is anything is possible. When I started out, I never knew I'd be this great. I just wanted to be a good sprinter. I worked hard, stayed dedicated, and was always positive and confident in my team and myself. That if I could push myself, I could be great. Temperatures are still 23 degrees in Johannesburg, 35 in Lagos, and 4 degrees in Washington, D.C. Stay tuned to the Dramatic Talk with Bongani Drama.
Thank you very much, Rose. Hey, it's quite hot in Lagos, eh?
It's
Shucks.
heated.
People are getting darker.
At least they're not going through a water crisis. So
At least they can drink water.
they can stay hydrated.
Hopefully the
yeah.
water is not, warm. Right?
Let's hope so.
Let's hope not. You know, it's so sad because I mean I saw 2 videos of people, and these are men are man, right?
Yeah.
And I saw someone on the streets and they had a bucket and they said, "Hey, everyone in Cape Town," and actually, bucket of water on the street. And the other one, was I think in the office in the kitchen, and what he
Yeah.
did, he poured water in a cup and he said, "Hey, Cape Town," and put water in the sink. And I'm thinking, but guys, it could happen to anyone. It can
True.
come to Johannesburg, and it'll, because for me, I fear that I watch movies, right? I've seen, the 2010 movie or 2012 movie
2012.
where the world was ending. I've seen a lot of movies that actually predict such things, and for me, it's quite a thing because you look at the shows actually, and I mean we've got shows like Third Degree that show in actual fact that actually there isn't any water left.
Yeah, and it's so funny that Cape Town is calling it a water crisis
Yeah.
when countries around Africa have been going through a drought for
Absolutely.
so many years.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's also it becomes a racist issue when you think like that,
Yeah.
right? Because I mean, obviously, as Black people, we've lived or succumbed to such environment for a very long time, and it was never seen as a crisis. Yes, they would say we live in a poor country and or we live in poor areas where some years that will improve. However, now that it's actually happening in cities and happening in one of the most international cities that you ever have, it's happening right now. It becomes such a problem, right?
Yeah, let's hope they find a solution, hey?
I hope so. And I mean, India must just sit down because South Africa is here to win.
India has been humbled, but we've kept them on their toes
Absolutely.
in the ICC
Yeah.
series. But clearly, they are here for a comeback
Yeah, they
in
must
the ODI.
relax. Alrighty, folks, it's 33 after 2 Central African time on the Dramatic Talk with Bongani drama on brandlive.co.za. We come back with Terry Treasure. Stick around.
All right. What's up, what's it? I got the ghetto to step going on. Woo. Alright, let's get it. What's it? Bega kayi-2 ufuna ukuswapha thenga kayi-2 ufuna ukudla pheka kayi-2 ufuna ukujiva deba kayi-2 Bega kayi-2 ufuna ukuswapha thenga kayi-2 ufuna ukudla pheka kayi-2 ufuna ukujiva deba kayi-2 kayi-2 Yeah, and everybody wanna do it twice. I told them I'm the treasure man, I brought it back to life. Bega kayi-2, and everybody wanna know how I'm doing. I was less cooling. I told you do the remix. You told me that I'm clueless, and now I'm running on more than a blueprint. I do this, ain't giggling, call you stupid. I told you don't sleep, and now you saying sorry. I would've probably, and then I ended up doing something naughty. So now they wonder how I go. Oh, I was in your hood like a bit ago. My run game is so real, you never see me on the road. I told them bega, now they wanna see me on. Oh, I see opportunities and turn them to keep lows. I'm really gone, treasure was never lost. Bega kayi-2 ufuna ukuswapha thenga kayi-2 ufuna ukudla pheka kayi-2 ufuna ukujiva deba kayi-2 Bega kayi-2 ufuna ukuswapha thenga kayi-2 ufuna ukudla pheka kayi-2 ufuna ukujiva deba kayi-2 Waza Booyah Ha Siyabangena or what? Bati rap like you got a chip on your shoulder. Hyper Bati Jampu was a silence to these stoners. And now I'm running like they said I couldn't get it. Hyper and now I'm killing my favorite, you probably listening. And now I'm dropping bomb bars, what I'm feeling. And why you feeling top shop? I'm feeling top billing. Woo! I should bubble on the beat, then I tell him it's a 3-pointer. You better shoot. I only say pretty please if you really is. I'm on my Q&A, man. You should eat your peas.
Her name is Terry Treasure, and this one is titled Beggar. Look, right? Quite an amazing one, man. I wish that it could actually go commercial, right? Because I've always said that, your music needs to go commercial. And, you need to be very patient because it will. Terry, welcome to the Dramatic Talk.
Hello.
How are you
Thank
doing?
for having me. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I am fantastic. You look as gorgeous as ever. You just landed from Mozambique.
Yes, I'm back.
Because today's your birthday, right?
Yes.
Happy
birthday to
Can we
me.
please have the bad music just turned off a little bit?
Yes.
Just off, please. If we can have the bad music off and we can sing Terry a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Hey,
happy birthday
Let me
to
beatbox.
you. Happy birthday, dear treasure. Happy birthday to you.
Hey!
Oh, that's amazing.
Thank you so much.
very much. That was
Thank you
stunning.
so much.
Did you enjoy Mozambique?
I loved every moment of it. It was
Stunning,
amazing.
stunning.
I lost my complexion, but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
Was it a vacation, perhaps? That you didn't
It
tell us
wasn't
about?
a vacation, no.
Was it just
It
a
was
stunning
just
birthday
a
vacation?
Yes, it was a pre-birthday celebration.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Now, where did you get your inspiration from, Terry?
My inspiration, I always tell people that if Kuli Chana and Rhapsody had to have a child,
Yeah?
it would be me.
Oh!
Like,
I can't. I'm done.
ultimate.
That is stunning.
Those are my two favorite rappers.
That is amazing,
Any
right?
day.
Any
Yeah.
day.
Any
And now,
day.
Beggar's the new single. Beggar.
Yes.
Right? And what inspired that?
With Beggar, it was like a thing of, you get tired of telling people your moves or you don't want people to know your moves. It's a silent grind thing. So you know what? It's a thing of just look.
They must
I
look.
don't have to tell you. Just look.
Have a look.
Just look for yourself.
I'm not going to tell you.
Exactly.
You're
You're
have a
making,
look.
You're making heads turn. You make them want to look back twice. Beggar guy too.
Yeah, right?
know,
That's
like,
stunning.
ooh, yeah.
That's a good way of thinking about it in actual fact.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And now, I mean, in the continent, who would you say inspires your style of music?
My style of music is definitely inspired by my people.
Ah,
Like my
all
friends
right.
and I were ratchets. That's how we.
Oh.
That's what we call ourselves. Like
Okay.
singama ratchet. There's nothing
Yes.
we can do about it.
There's nothing you can do about
There's
it.
nothing. So we were the type of pumange window in caravels in high school. So we still have that little bit inside of us.
in
So
yourselves.
so with that hood thing, it's just stuck, and that's
Shucks.
where I am.
What a thing! Because I mean, as young people and growing up, obviously you will get bamboozled, or actually, they'll let you know that what you're doing is incorrect, or whatever the case may be. Because I look at your Instagram page, and I understand, because I'm in the same industry, right? That you have to put in a sort of a facade, not even a facade, but you're branding yourself in a certain way.
Yes.
But are people judging you because you've got tattoos right all over your body? But are you being judged a lot as a young woman who is if I could say, a female rapper?
Yes, definitely. I am being judged. Like it's always weird when I walk into a store and a security
Yeah.
guard starts following me.
Oh no!
That's when I know. Okay, it's let
What
me
do they think about to steal
to
something?
about to steal. And
That is
sometimes,
crazy.
like, I like black sometimes, so I'll be wearing all black head to toe, and they're just like, "Wow, this child is about to show us flames in the
Shucks.
store." And I just, I'll just take on purpose, just take stuff and move it around, just so they can walk around behind me. I
That's
mean, I feel like I
amazing.
have security behind
In
me.
actual fact, right there, actually
I have my own
protecting you.
security,
You have an
you see.
entire security. You don't have to hire them, honey.
Do you know what I mean?
They're actually coming to you.
But yeah, I do get judged. But either way, with the whole judging thing, it's not as hectic as people sometimes perceive. I do get judged, and people just ask like, "Yo, mo ba ugogo uzobanjani?" It's like I'm gonna be
Yeah.
like Madonna.
Right?
I'm gonna be a hot grandmother.
Actually, because I always say also that to people that, when your skin then gets a little bit freckled, what's going to happen to you, right? Because that's also because I'm scared of needles that are
Yes.
going to be in my body. So
Yes.
I always try and, protect myself. Now, you had other singles that came out, I think, 2 years ago.
Yes.
When I met you.
Yes.
And how did those do?
Those actually went really well because when I dropped them digitally, like on iTunes and Google Play,
Yeah.
I actually made a lot of money. That's how you
Nice.
actually notice that your music is going well. It doesn't have to be out there like that. If you can start making money from your music.
So reason
Off the
is
profits.
right.
Yes, if you can start making money, like off the profits, after everyone's been paid publishing and
Nice.
whatnot. If you're still making money and doing a nice take home,
Then
I'm
you're good.
I'm good. I'm not about the fame too much. I'm more about the money.
Amazing. Oh, so you're more about the money, not
Yeah,
more
like if
obviously.
the
Okay,
fame
cool.
comes with it, then hey,
Then you're
that's
good.
a bonus, yeah. But I want the money, and if it's gonna make me money, ha!
Then why not?
I'm not complaining.
And now, what are you looking into doing, right? Because are you gonna have an album, or what's gonna be happening?
Not
with you?
yet, not yet. I'm
Okay.
thinking of dropping a mixtape. I actually have a few features lined up, very big features, which I'm excited about.
Nice.
Yes. So You know, like you said, from 2 years ago, I was just doing me, and now that got me recognition with these big artists that were like, okay, let's work.
Nice.
So I'm excited to do that. I'm also excited. I'm not gonna say too much, but I might be getting signed.
It's amazing. I was about to ask. I mean, if you are signed to any label or you have a parent company that you're working with. We're still not going to talk about that, not yet. I can't wait. Now, who else would you like to collaborate with in South Africa or say in Africa?
In Africa, I think because I've been getting the opportunity to collaborate with the people that I've been wanting to work with.
Yeah.
Now it's just a thing of I want to expand. I want to expand. I don't want to just do
Nice.
South Africa.
Nice.
You know, so I want to expand. I'm
Dreaming bigger.
Do you know what I mean? I'm super grateful to have worked with Jupiter from Ghana.
Nice.
I'm super grateful to have worked with Stilo Makolite from SA.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to be working with Tweezy in the studio. So, like, all those things are coming together. I'm like, Kulichana, I just take my number and phone. That's all. That's all. It's just Kulichana,
That's
and
amazing.
then I'm done. Yeah.
You know what they say sometimes is that the universe, when it's what you have,
Yes.
it'll give it to you. You need to just relax because it will come to you.
It will come.
I believe that the likes of your Kulichanas and your AKAs and everyone else would actually see this talent when it's already been brewed, and they'll say, actually want to work with that young lad
Exactly.
that is just coming up. I mean, people like your Gigi Lemaine, your what's her name, the one who signed with Casper in your vest.
Nadia.
Nadia Nakai
Yes.
will probably say, hey, but this is an amazing lady that, Braga would want to be
Let's
with
do
you,
a
I guess.
feature.
Do a
Exactly.
feature.
Yeah.
And how has the music evolved, from when you started to now?
I'm definitely way smarter about what I write and how I write.
Nice.
Definitely way smarter. Because back then I was just dropping bars to shoot. I was like on attack mode. So I was just
yes.
trying to show that, okay,
I'm
maybe
here.
a female, but I can still like
Shoot bars.
Like,
Nice.
yes. But now I'm just like writing very smart. I'm knowing what to say.
Nice.
And I'm making it relatable. So that when
Nice.
people are listening, they're like, oh, I also went through that.
Nice.
I feel the same way, So that's how I'm just like restructuring my music right now.
That's amazing. That is great. And the way you speak, it's actually, very much, advisable to young people that they should know what they want and go for it. And I mean, whatever that you want to do, go for it. Whatever the terms
Yes.
that you are facing, whatever that you're facing in your life at the moment. Now, are you working on new material with anyone we might know, or is it under wraps for now? I know
No,
it's
I
under wraps.
am. It's under wraps, but I got Tweezy coming out.
Hey.
I just finished Stilo Makolite.
Hey.
I just finished Jupiter from Ghana.
Hey.
I just like, there's a lot.
There's a guy we had here. His name is Nino, and he does reggae music, right? And
Yeah.
he would like to collaborate with. You should actually. Maybe we should speak to him.
Yeah.
A little bit later because he's actually around, and we can maybe see on how you guys can collaborate. He's actually amazing. He's
Yeah.
also fusing reggae music, and he wants to fuse it with the hip hop as well.
Yeah.
To have something happening.
Oh,
for
I can
himself.
definitely do that. I love tapping into new sounds.
Great.
It actually like broadens not just your perspective on music, but also it broadens your fan base. So I'm down.
That's
I'm
great.
down.
That is amazing. Terry, where can we see you? From here onwards.
Big screen, billboard.
Nice.
That's what I'm expecting. And I also wanted to tell you guys I got my own show.
Hey,
Coming
nice.
up. It's
Let
called
us
The
know about
Tatted
that.
Show. It's all about tattoos and basically shedding light on the not just black community, but the tattoo community, and showing that there's not just negative.
All right.
There's actually like super positives behind it. We have an
Nice.
exec who's actually like, when you see him dressed in a suit, you're just like, wow, okay, till he's wearing a t-shirt and shorts and he's tatted up neck down.
Great. That's amazing. And where can we
So-
find you on social media as well? That's great. So people can see it on, it's going to be on YouTube.
No, it's gonna be like on an actual TV channel.
Nice.
I can't say which channel just is yet. It's gonna be a
Fantastic.
taste.
Great.
Yes.
That's amazing. And where can you find your social media?
On
quickly?
social media, on my Instagram is official Terry Treasure. On Twitter is Terry Treasure. On Facebook is Terry Treasure, and then my fan page on Facebook is official_Terry Treasure.
Nice. That is amazing. We can't wait for that signing from Ambitious Records. It's 14:44 Central African time on the dramatic Talk of Myself Bongani drama, folks. It's going to be nice. It's going to be great. 2018. We can't wait for more things to come. Now, you have collaborated, Rihanna, so on Good Things Are Going. Who do you have on that song?
That's actually Santi. A lot of people don't know. Santi actually came out before me. He was covered on Hype magazine and everything, but people couldn't like recognize who Santi was until we actually let them know that that's actually my older brother.
Hey, nice.
Like siblings.
Hey.
Blood siblings. So people are like, what? They didn't believe because he's also a rapper and I'm also a rapper. But
We make sure that when we build our own careers, we don't build off each other. We want
Nice.
people to notice us separately so that when we do come together, it's going to be
Is
a
he a
thing
singer
of-
as well as the producer?
He's a rapper and a producer.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you actually are safe. You're
Yes.
a female version of Nasty C, if I can say.
Wow, that's a compliment. Yes, I'm taking that. I'm taking that.
Stunning. Alrighty, folks, it's 15 before 3 right here on the Dramatic Talk Myself Bongani Drama. Terry Treasure, a big thank you for coming through.
Thank you so much
You know
for
we love you
having
so much.
me.
We're going to play your music throughout, okay?
Yes, thank you so much.
Here's an amazing one, folks. Here, good things going. Enjoy.
Don't get it wrong. All of this is yours if it's what you want. Nothing comes easy, gotta know. But we got a good thing going on. Roll one, smoke one, pour one. Roll one, smoke one, pour one. Roll one, smoke one, pour one. Everybody know we got a good thing going on. Got a good thing, got a good thing, got a good thing going. Got a good thing, got a good thing. Got a good thing going. Got a good thing. Got a good thing. Got a good thing going. Got a good thing. Got a good thing. Got a good thing going.
New team, yeah, feels like a new thing. When did the mood change? I'm used to the mood swings. They used to boo me, now I'm parking a new bait. Got no problems with you lately, I ain't stopping the good thing. And what's the riddle if it's not about you? I'm stew a little when I'm not around you. Your shit is so arousing, meant to be treasured, I forgot about it. Now I'm taking measures, damn I'm lost without you. Fuck if the shoe fits, we got a good thing. I don't wanna lose this, I need that old thing back. Fuck am I doing? I want that old thing back, I know it's ruined. I hope it still holds value, I've been a nuisance. But I don't run away, not today, nah. I'm bigger than the things I'm ashamed of. And nobody takes your place, girl, you're famous. They need to give us space, cause we aim on.
Roll one, smoke one, pour one. Everybody know, yeah, we finna turn up. 2 on, don't ask who's on. 2 cups. Roll one, smoke one, pour one. Everybody know, yeah, we finna turn up. 2 on, don't ask who's on. 2 cups, man, yeah, we got it going on. Don't get it wrong. All of this is yours if it's what you want. Nothing comes easy, gotta know. But we got a good thing going on. Roll one, smoke one, pour one. Everybody know, yeah, we finna turn up. 2 on, don't ask who's on. 2 cups, we got a good thing going on. Got a good thing, got a good thing, got a good thing going. Got a good thing, got a good thing, got a good thing going. Got a good thing, got a good thing, got a good thing going. Got a good thing, got a good thing, got a good thing going.
Eggs about to hatch, it's about to go down. My ex hit me back, I switched the float now. My friends where they at, it's like they ghosts now. Just make me so proud, don't ever slow down. Cause we ain't into drama, into soaps now. Get clean, come clean, fuck a nose job. But you don't know the half, get on your job. And I know God, so the loads. Praise the most high, you just showing off. Tryna find my way, I've been so lost. Waiting on my day, we can go dog. I bet your highest praise is you soda. I don't even drink, nigga, no shots. Heard you talking slick, but it's no sauce. Pull up on the kid, nigga, no squaw. Heard you got a thing, I need closure.
Roll one, smoke one, pour one. Everybody know, yeah, we finna turn up. 2 on, don't ask who's on. 2 cups. Roll one, smoke one, pour one. Everybody know, yeah, we finna turn up. 2 on, don't ask who's on. 2 cups, man, yeah, we got it going on. Don't get it wrong. All of this is yours if it's what you want. Nothing comes easy, gotta know. But we got a good thing going on.
It's time to buckle up.
Now, this is
Bongani drama.
Terry Treasure came through into studio and she's amazing. She's stunning. Gonna be signed at an amazing, actually label as well. So it's gonna be great for her. And I can't wait. Are you happy? You look very happy because I mean she's on her league. I think
She is the future.
she's the future, right?
She is amazing.
Do you want to be in a music video?
Vocalist, music video, yeah, you know the things. Mons.
Yeah,
Vocalist,
right?
chorus, young chorus.
It'll be stunning.
Deba guy too.
That'll be stunning. Alrighty, folks. It is 10 before 3. Let's go straight to Fashion Fed.
Fashion Fade.
Alrighty, it is time for Fashion Fed right here on the Dramatic Talk with myself, Bongani Drum on brandlive.co.za. Paris Couture Street Style. Now, Couture continues to capture our hearts with, sartorial wizardry being exhibited by each of the major fashion houses in Paris. Now, that's not to say, that the off-cat style mystery is any bit less enticing. Now, from the courtyards of Dior to the fashionista scattered pavements outside Chanel. Now, the set alone was an enchantment. The historic jewelry room became a tangle of stress dusted with snow, silhouette that doomed roofs of Moscow's Red Square. But that was just an introduction to the intricate and, detailed jewels. Now, with diamond flowers clustered around, a stone that might be a sky blue, sapphire, or rose, orange, sapphire to give a warm blush shade, that icy diamond as well. Now that's stunning because they've been around, Chanel's been around, Dior's been around. I saw when they were, commemorating Hugh Masekela actually, and I saw one of the women that have been around for quite some time, Mam Abigail Gubega, wearing Dior, darling.
She is a queen.
She was wearing Dior, sitting in the front row just for,
she's royalty though.
She's amazing. She's stunning.
She's amazing.
She is quite stunning. Alrighty, folks, and here are some of the amazing outfits and not so amazing outfits that happened at the Grammy Awards that happened 2 days ago. Childish Gambino wore a white Emil Gilno Zeda couture tux was on fire actually, and those turds velvet loafers, a baller move, quite amazing. And someone else that we actually caught our eye was Eve. Eve is always coming through. She's always making the point that she's looking amazing by all means. Now, she stood out in a glittering pantsuit and Narium can with Sherpa jewelry as well. So that was quite amazing. That was stunning as well, coming there from Eve. And a bit too risque as one of the world's most successful supermodels. And, she was actually, this is Heidi Klum. She can't pull off. Now, however, her see-through lace ensemble went from sexy to techie thanks to its sheer design as well. And a big bird called Pink looked like walking a feather duster in her pink, blue, purple, and black gown, which was quite a thing. So Pink was looking quite like a bird on the red carpet, and it wasn't as stunning as people thought it will be as well. So if you have anyone else that was your favorite actually on on Fashion Fair or at the Grammys, let us know at at brandlive.co.za on Facebook, at Brand Live Radio on Twitter, hashtag Fashion Fed, at Bongani_drama as well. It is 14:53 Central African time right here on the Dramatic Talk, straight to our last news bulletins with Rose Rataha.
It's the headlines.
Hey, Rose, something that is interesting that is happening around the world, I think, apart from Capitec and everything else is, politically in South Africa, there's a lot that's happening, with the water crisis and people thinking that, perhaps, maybe this day zero thing shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, let's recap some of your news headlines. Life Esidimeni, it happened under my watch, says Makura. Trump calls for unity, new American moment in national address. A very good afternoon. I am Rose Rataha. Gauteng Premier David Makura has accepted accountability for the death of 144 Life Esidimeni patients, adding that it happened under his watch. If there is no truth here, I will work with the families to pursue any truth elsewhere, he said. Makura was testifying in the Life Esidimeni arbitration hearing in Parktown, Johannesburg on Tuesday. Makura said, as the need of the provincial government, the buck stopped with him. Addressing the families, Makura told them that an apology could never be enough. You have suffered, he told the victims' families. I'm also here to account, he said, adding that apologizing doesn't mean a lot if there is no truth. Makura said since the hearing started, families have heard a lot of blame being shifted and excuses made, but very little of what happened. There can be no justice without the truth, he said. Makura emphasized that at each budget council meeting, there was always the conclusion that cost-cutting measures were not to be applied to core services. Makura also revealed that he was assured by the former Gauteng Health MEC Qedani Mahlangu and head of department Bani Silibano that the department had the capacity to house patients at state facilities. Makura added that, knowing what he knows now, he would have intervened. Former Deputy Chief Justice Dikgang Moseneke, who is chairing the hearing, asked Makhura if he was aware that department employees were intimidated by Mahlangu. Makhura also said there were no officials who said anything about being misled or being afraid. Everyone who came here said they were steamrolled. In the meetings, we had none of them who said they were forced or intimidated by the MEC, he said. Addressing a deeply divided nation, President Donald Trump called upon lawmakers on Tuesday night to set aside differences and summon the unity needed to make a good promises to fix the nation's infrastructure and immigration system, using his State of the Union address to infuse his presidency with a sense of optimism for at least one high-profile night. The state of our union is strong because our people are strong, Trump declared. Despite his calls for bipartisanship, Trump spoke with tensions running high on Capitol Hill. An impasse over immigration prompted a 3-day government shutdown earlier this month, and lawmakers appear no closer to resolving the status of some 700,000 young people living in the U.S. illegally ahead of a new February 8 deadline for funding operations. At times, Trump's address appeared to be aimed more at validating his first year in office than setting the course for his second. He devoted significant time to touting the tax overhaul he signed at the end of last year, promising the plan will provide tremendous relief for the middle class and small businesses. Giving you your last temperature for the day, it is still 23 degrees in Johannesburg, 35 degrees in Lagos, and 4 degrees in Washington, D.C. Catch me next week between 2 to 3 p.m. on the Dramatic Talk with Bongani Drama. Stay tuned for the getaway.
Thank you very, very much, Rose Rataga, for those, news bulletin. And I mean, life as a Dimeni is still a huge debacle.
It has been happening. I mean, patients died of neglect from dehydration, hunger, and hypothermia, and people are denying it. Mahlangu still doesn't. Qadani Mahlangu testified that cancelling the Life Esidimeni contract was not wrong, and that she does not hold herself responsible for the 144 deaths, and claims she wouldn't know who died of what. So
how don't you know who died? Because you're the one that is actually responsible for all of these things, right?
Yes.
You should, in actual fact, know what is going on.
Yeah, and there's also been money that was laundered, like more than 47 million was paid to NGOs who failed to deliver at these state facilities. So yeah, Life Esidimeni is horrible, especially for the families that had to experience such a tragedy.
It's quite sad. Alrighty, folks, it's 2 before 3 p.m. We're going to go to ads and we'll return and come to the gateway. Stick around.
In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
Brand live.
No doubt.
Alrighty, it is a minute before 3 p.m. before we say goodbye to you folks. A big thank you to you for streaming in. It has been an amazing pleasure. It has been another amazing, fantastic, episode of the Dramatic Talk with myself, Bongani Drama, right here on brandlive.co.za. The gateway, if you just streamed in, where have you been? What we are talking about right here on the show, in the Convo Corner, we're talking about, how to actually deal with your neighbor who's making so much noise without annoying them or without, making them feel a little bit bad as well. And on Drama-tainment, we looked at rapper Reason left fuming on Monday morning after being told that his latest album Love Girls will not be eligible for nomination at this year's SA Music Awards. And Claire Foy's husband Stephen Campbell revealed his private health battle he struggled with over the years as well. And we had a chill and chat with Terry Treasure, amazing female rapper who actually South Africa and the entire world needs to look out for because she's amazing. She's got an amazing single out titled Beggar as well. On Fashion Fed, we looked at Paris Couture Street Star that we had there, and we looked at fashion at the Grammy Awards as well. Rose, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
do it
having
again
me.
next week.
It's been a great show. Yes,
been
let's do
amazing.
it again.
All right, let's do it again next week. I mean, she's going to be having a tattoo show. Do you think you're going to be part of it?
Absolutely.
Stunning.
I am going to get more just for that.
Amazing.
Let's hope I still manage to get jobs.
So think about that first before you do anything
No,
else, right?
absolutely. Like whenever I get a tattoo, I just need to think very critically
Very carefully.
where I want to put it because I'm a theatre performer. so-
Absolutely. All right, folks, it's 3 p.m. on the dot. Here's Mashaya SA and Lita right here playing out with that one, taking you nice and easy, righty, as we say goodbye to you. The name is Bongani Drama. Keep it, know it, and never forget it. Have an amazing Wednesday. To God be the glory. Bye-bye.
I'm sitting here all alone. I'm sitting here. I'm thinking to myself, sitting here all alone. I'm sitting here. I'm thinking to myself, nobody understands me. Nobody understands me. Nobody understands me. Nobody understands me. Fly away. I just wanna fly away. I just wanna fly away, away, away. Fly away. I just wanna fly away. I just wanna fly away, away, away.
Yeah, you want me to fly away. You know that I love you, my babe. You in my heart, baby, stay. You are the love of my life, and I pray. You want me to fly away. You know that I love you, my babe. Yeah, you in my heart, baby, stay. You are the love of my life, and I pray. You want me to fly away. You know that I love you, my babe. You in my heart, baby, stay. You are the love of my life, and I pray. You want me to fly away. You know that I love you, my babe. Yeah, you in my heart, baby, stay. You are the love of my life, and I pray.